What's up everybody, in today's video we are going to look at a gameplay of mine and I'm going to explain my thought process during the game, my plan how to win the game and how I executed it. This is a slaughter game where I went 14-0 and it is party queue, so it's not only Immortal. I would assume that the MMR average would be 5.5k, something like that. Me being a 6-3 and Divine 3 is I think 5k MMR. So let's say 5.5 average. I will also be criticizing where I went wrong in this game and where the little mistakes were that I would hope to improve in the next game. In minute 0 pre-game, you want to think about the matchup you're laning against and the starting items that you're going for. So I'm laning against Shadow Fiend and Tusk. I didn't know about the Tusk. I assumed actually Grimstroke would be 5 position, but it ended up being the Tusk. Didn't matter too much. It's mainly about the SF being my counterpart. Against the SF, you actually just buy a stick. So there are basically two starting items that you can go for. It's either this or without Tango, without Circlet, and a stick instead, and you send the Tangos as soon as you get runes. I don't think I really thought about the game before, so I didn't go for a stick, but SF has 3 raises at the start of the game, and he's going to try to kill every single range creep with a raise and use the raises for harass and damage output during the lane. So it's a definitive stick game, and I also do buy a stick later in the lane. It's just that I think I would have started with it. So the way Shadow Fiend versus Slaughter works is that Shadow Fiend has a lot of range damage output, which can be very hurtful for me as a Slaughter. But as soon as I get on top of the Shadow Fiend, I can basically kill him. And I have a Snapfire with me who's going to have Fire Snap Cookie on level 2. And me on level 2, we have a lot of lockdown and he doesn't really have anything to do against it. So if we get on top of him, he dies. And if he keeps his range and harasses me down, I have a hard time laning. This is how the matchup goes. So the thing that we're going to try to do is pull the wave back towards my tower, because then if I do get on top of him, I have this entire way of chasing him down. If I like stun him right here, he's just going to walk into tower and I can't really connect to that. So we're going to start the wave by aggroing the creeps towards me. And I don't think I would have done this actually. In hindsight, I want to assert dominance, but what is more important to me is actually killing the range creep. So right after I do this aggro pull right here, I would have just chilled. Snapfire is fine, and I wait for the range creep to be in deny range, and then I pull the wave further back. So I don't know about this play. Talking about deny range, see how this Razor is going to raise that creep to secure the kill. He's going to do this with every single range creep, so my plan would be to not step towards my own range creep to deny it, because I just can't deny it, and I'm going to also tank the damage. So I need to accept that he's going to get the range creep and just avoid the damage. You will see me fail in this as well. Also my last setting is just horrendous in these first minutes. If you do a pull like this, very good pull, you need to hit the creeps here again. You need to hit them so they actually follow you, because right now I didn't hit them and they walk back and the pull is nullified. And I lose 3 I lose 3 last hits, so I'm 0-0-0 with no last hits in 1 minute, which is pretty bad. And here you saw me also step onto the range creep. So I take the load, bam. That's really not the play as well. So yeah, actually not that good of a performance so far. I hope I have learned my lesson now. Again, embarrassing miss. First last hit now. We'll keep pulling them back and try to go for this ranged. And now that we have Shadow Fiend literally right in front of us, I'm willing to fight him and we take him down, even before level 1. So basically, I feel like this lane is now over, because whenever SF is going to step up, Snap and me will actually kill him. He didn't actually go for Fire Snap Cookie. I would go for Fire Snap Cookie every single time here, but Scatter Blast is just fine. We will make sure that we have damage. So I'm making sure to deny a lot to keep the wave close towards my tower, and this is going to be the name of the game until I get level 6. So until I get level 6, I want to pull the wave towards my tower and get on top of the SF. Quickly talking about the Bash of the Deep. If you have 3 bashes and you're ready to bash, you don't want to use it on a creep. If a creep falls into killing range, then you do use it on a creep. Always prioritize the creeps. But you can look for opportunities to use the bash on the enemy. If it's possible, that's great. Here again, stepping onto my own ranged, getting a race. There's a lot to think about. Maybe I need to go slower. So it's not only that I need to get on top of the SF. If they ever get aggressive on us, it means that they essentially need to stand still, because they are going to use shard, and my snap is going to stand still, and they are going to stand still. So whenever they go on my snap, I can go on them. And as a Slaughter into Shadow Fiend, I will win that trade. And they kill my snap, but there's no shot that is worth it. I will take this trade every single day of the week. And now, keep trying to have the wave pulled back, so that when SF comes, he has like 2 creeps here and then needs to walk to me again. I also go boots first, so I'm building power treads obviously. And the reason I go boots first is again to close the gap to Shadow Fiend. My snap is now missing, so I'm playing even more defensive. She's going for a rotation mid. So this time when they jump me, I cannot turn. And I need to make sure that I'm healthy, because it is a lot of damage that they are putting out. So I shipped another tango as well. And here we see contest the camp, so SF will have to deal with this wave, so I can take this pulled camp. And for some reason Tusk has the idea of fighting into us, which is just a bad play by Tusk at this point. So not much to say about that. Cannot fight into Slaughter 1v1 like this. You need to whittle Slaughter down until he's low HP and then kill him. Or just keep him off the wave. You don't even need to kill Slaughter, just keep him off the wave. Because he cannot really farm these camps. He is very bad in recovering with farm. And at this point the lane is again basically over. We have Fire Snap Cookie now and can very reliably kill the SF. I will need to make sure to get my health back and not overextend. So I'm staying in my tower. I'm willing to lose some losses as well. I have regen coming out, and I'm just taking CS on the tower. Juicy mid rotation. Get another kill. And SF now respawns, so I set back, and with the regen that I just brought to me, I go back to full, and I'm now level 6. And what this means is that the entire idea of pulling the wave back to my tower and having space to run down SF now changes, because I'm now at a point where I can easily dive on the tower, because my damage is so high that I can easily kill SF and Tusk. So the next step is going to be to relentlessly push this wave into them. And I'm a bit hesitant with this, but now we're gonna start just hitting, pushing the wave, and threaten the SF, I think even without Snapfire connecting here, I might have killed him. Because yeah, it's just so much damage and very bad play from him to step this close. See how, like with the first, this is only my stun. He's almost immediately dead. So this is also something that the SF just needs to know better. As soon as I have Corrosive Haze, I literally wouldn't show on this wave anymore. As the SF, I would be farming this camp, and then when the wave is under tower, I nuke the wave as quickly as possible. But even that is very scary, and I only would do it with the task around. So I'm going to push into this tower, and yeah, at this point, like, he can't even be on the tower anymore. So SF, Walk of Shame, and I just always threaten. The reason we pulled back is because we saw a TP from the Grimstroke. And yeah, they can engage, but we have Nature's Prophet, and I could have easily ran. So they can't really kill me. I have Treads and Bracer, and now Blink on Courier. So this is the goal now, to take the tower. And let's now watch the map for a second. We're now at a point where I have Blink, and we killed the tower, so we can play up to here. And with the Blink, it enables me to look for opportunities around the map. I can either TP bottom, or use the Twin Gate, or walk mid like this. And I will just do whatever suits me best, while pushing the top wave. So I'm prioritizing my farm, while kind of checking the map. And after I cleaned one wave, I'm deciding to sneak mid lane. And we grab another easy kill here. I'm even looking for more, so you can always chase, but then so there's a line on the map. It's probably right here. If I go behind this line, it could be pretty bad for me. So you can threaten until this line on the map, and then you just go back to what you were doing. So this is a really good rotation because it killed the mid lane and opened up the map. So when we took the top tower, we could play like this. But now that we took the mid tower, we can actually play like this. And they are restricted to basically 4 camps and a triangle. So this is an ideal state of the map. As I run back top. And I want to look for this SF, like he dies so quickly to me. I'm very keen on killing him right now. And we find the OD instead. And they respond, and Lash ends up going down. But that's fine. They all responded, and they're now clumped up in this part of the map. So basically everything else is ours, and our Nature Prophet is having the time of his life. As you can see, he is top of the net worth by a decent margin. I'm keeping up, but especially to the SF, it's like 1.3k lead. We have a 6k lead in total. Pretty decent. We get some more kills up there. And so for the next couple minutes, the idea will be to keep controlling this area and close the map to make sure that they can't leave this area. So what I could do is try to go bottom, or try to like focus on one objective intensely, but that would probably leave space for the map. So what I want to do instead is hold up, why is it so thick? Let's do something like this. So what I want to do instead is, it's still extremely thick, holy. That's better. What I want to do is close the map, and whenever they step over this line, threaten to kill. And the way I'm gonna do this is pretty simple. It means that I'm going to push this wave and farm the camps around it. We're keeping the wave pushed. And at this point they're trying to jump me. But it's kinda too late because I'm pretty tanky now with the Ogre Axe as well, 26 charges. And we took the mid tower, so my team is very close by and the runways are really short. So if the mid tower was still here and my team was back here, that this maybe could have been an attempt, but not like this. I get out even without my team and my team connects and we return this fight. So the map is still closed. And I'm going to alternate now between playing here and playing here. So it means that I'm going to push, like this wave is my wave, my responsibility. And when I have time, I will farm camps around it. And when there's nothing else to do or another opportunity, I'm going to walk mid through the river, being the quick slaughter with my Q ability. And I'm willing to fight whenever. So I'm going to do this like for 4 minutes straight. Took the wave. I'm looking mid. And we get a kill. And then after this engagement, I'm back top to the wave. And now either a camp or mid lane. We see nothing happening in mid lane yet, so we go for a camp, but as soon as we do see something mid, we're going to engage into the fight. So let's now look at this fight a little more closely. As Lara, you're like an in and out hero. You can jump in and then you're going to dump a whole lot of damage in a single moment, and then you're going to leave the fight until you find another opportunity. So you can see this here. We're jumping onto this Tide Hunter who basically dies, and I'm now leaving the fray, throwing my corrosive haste, playing on the outskirts of the map. I'm trying to stay back so I can blink again, and then we jump back in. And then we leave again. Chilling, not overextending, and now we take the tower. So we didn't just force the objective, we closed the map here, and I was moving between top and mid, farming and killing, and this is basically a variation of the farm fight ratio video that I did earlier, that is about when to farm and when to fight. And in the video I explained that you want to push here and then be ready to TP here or go twin gate. In this case I didn't need to TP because we took the mid tower and we were just holding this area which has small, very short runways. And now I see the Scrimstroke and I know my kill potential and my speed, so I chase him down through the river. And we get the 9-0 from this. Okay, next objective is obviously top tower. We are already grouped, and the tower's pretty low, so not that big of a deal. So now that we got every important objective on the top side of the map, we got top tower and mid tower tier 2s. We stop playing in this area because there's really nothing to get there. The plan is now ideally to go Tormentor, go Roche, and go bot, and then close the map like this into a high ground option. This is what we do. We go Roche. Tormentor isn't even up yet actually. And I'm back for one final lap on top lane before I make really fast shot. I want more camps before I'm connecting to bot, where we take the next reasonable objective. So me being a Slaughter, I don't want to just sit behind this team right now, because somebody is going to have to respond to mid lane, and I want to see for an opportunity to catch some stranglers, which is why I'm not sitting directly with the team, because I'm pretty good at connecting with my Guardian Sprint and my Blink. So if you find just being around the triangle, and there we go, a Tusk jumping. If the Tusk sorry about that. If the Tusk would not have showed, I think I still would jump this lane and just keep the Swift pushed and the Swift pushed, and so they can only play right here, and we can pressure the map like this. For the Tiger attempt, we are pretty far forward and we deal a lot of damage, so I want to jump everything I see, and that's exactly what we do. And yeah, this is basically where the game is now over. They cannot really leave the base, and they will also make the mistake of basically feeding one by one. I now even have the BKB on Courier apparently. And yeah, there's not really much to see. Somebody comes forward and I kill them. And again. And yeah, this is basically how you end the game. I'm going to repeat like some of the what I think are the most important learnings. The first one is, well, the first one would be to just get some CS in the first minute. Game would have been even yet a bit easier. No, but the first one is to think about the matchup that you're going to play and how you need to play it. So in this matchup, it always depends on your hero and their hero and how good you know your hero. So this is the thing about spamming heroes, is that you're going to know matchups about them, and I highly recommend to just pick a select few heroes. I have essentially 2 heroes that I play, and then I have like some others that I feel comfortable with. Yeah, and I just knew this matchup and how it worked, and SF apparently didn't, because he came close, and Tusk also didn't, like running into us trying to fight. But yeah, not against Lara. This is something that you can learn about laning against Lara. Be very careful in like engaging him one-on-one. This especially counts also for the Lotus. If you're fighting in Lotus, you're often in a situation where he can immediately hit you, and this is often very favorable for Slaughter. Not always, but very often. And your plan as the offlane is, if you shut down the lane like this, you need to keep up the pressure. And the worst thing you could do is retreat back to this area and farm, or retreat back to this area and farm, because it opens up the map for the enemy. What you want to do is, you want to keep this wave pushed and shove the wave, and then you will farm the camps around, which is going to boost the net worth and will keep the pressure on the enemy to react to top all the time. With your Blink, you want to look for opportunities non-stop. Slaughter is a hero that is not really cooldown dependent, like a Mars or a Sand King with Epicenter or Arena. Slaughter can just fight whenever his team is ready and whenever he is full in resources. So between pushing and farming these waves, you always want to look to respond to somewhere else. If your team didn't dominate that hard, and they still have the mid tower, and they still have bot, and maybe they pressure bottom and they are like in your jungle, you can also feel free to use TPs and twin gates and stuff like that. And in a scenario like this, just keep the map closed. I'm repeating myself, but like this is what the map looked like in like 15 minutes, I think. And if that's the case, your chances of winning are just pretty high. We're actually going to look at this. Yeah, it's 15 minutes, and the map is actually like this. So they have like three and a half camps and an ancient camp that they can farm. Okay, I hope this gave an insight to you into my thought process, and maybe it helped. And I hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one.